We cannot unsee or undo the things that we have experienced. There's nothing like an event or conversation that gets our attention, that causes us to slow down, examine our thoughts and our feelings. These experiences and moments in our lives have influenced our thinking, our feelings, our assumptions, and therefore our actions. One of my favorite quotes is by John Maxwell, and it states, "Reflective thinking turns experience into insight." So as an individual, think about it. What experiences or interactions are causing you to be more attentive, mindful, and reflective regarding your thoughts and feelings? Are you missing the opportunity to leverage these experiences and interactions into insight? As a leader, are you stuck in habits, routines, and standards of being and doing that are out of touch with what's going on with you and what's going on around you? What experiences, thoughts, and feelings are you ignoring or denying because they don't fit the old playbook? Well, we all have to admit that there's been a lot going on in the world. But have you stopped to consider how these things are impacting your world and the world of those around you? If you are like me, there have been some things that have caused a shift in how you now view and experience the world. I find that I am much more mindful, observant, and reflective about my thoughts and feelings. This is a key component of what is known as emotional intelligence, and it's really just a deliberate awareness of ourselves and those around us. Our emotional intelligence is a very real part of what shapes us. This means being mindful or aware of our thoughts and feelings while reflecting on how those thoughts and feelings are affecting the many facets of who we are. Therefore, how do you make space for your thoughts and your feelings? How do you acknowledge the thoughts and the feelings of others? It is key to identify 4 of the components of EQ, or emotional intelligence. They are, first, self-awareness. This is intentionally learning, knowing ourselves, and this is often prompted by an experience that sparks a thought or feeling. Then there's self-management. This is positively managing your actions and attitudes based on what you know about yourself. Then there's the relational awareness. This is our purposeful effort to better recognize and understand and even empathize with those around us. This enables us to develop and enhance our connection and rapport with those around us. And finally is our relational management. This is giving attention to the things, the actions that manage our relationship. Based on these components, our emotional intelligence helps us to provide insight into our actions, our reactions, our decision-making process. It also helps us gain clarity to communicate more effectively and build stronger personal and professional relationships. And just as important, being mindful and reflective exposes our assumptions, our biases, our blind spots, and hopefully nudges us just a little to take ego out of the space. The practice also allows us to re-examine, redefine, and act on what matters most. For a long time, people have labeled EQ as a soft skill, which often translates to a nice to have, but not necessary. Well, if that has been your stance in the past, I encourage you to take a fresh look. This is a renewed time to focus and place some attention on the subject because it's significant in the role that it plays in our personal and our professional life. Now, with all of that said, you're probably wondering, well, where do I start? Well, often I tell my clients, when you don't know where to start with you. So what are some of the thoughts and feelings of your own that you want or need to explore? When it comes to your relationships, start a conversation or get in on the ones that are already taking place. Be open to look at things through a different lens, to gain a different perspective. It is important to remember you're listening to understand yourself and others, not to judge. So think about how this would be beneficial in your relationships. Now, here are some ideas to incorporate the tool in a meaningful way. One of the things I encourage you to do is to listen, reflect on the ideas and the things that you think most benefit you. Challenge yourself to look within and explore where you are. Unfetter yourself from living on cruise control, as if life is not changing all around you, because it is. That's what life does. Write your thoughts and your feelings down. It opens you up to your own voice. It gives you a space to think. Listen to yourself and to others for clarification and understanding, and remember, not judging. Admit where you are. Listen in seasons of hope as well as hardship, because each season has a lesson to share. Our role is to stand open and ready to learn. Look, life is changing all around us. The old rules and standards in many cases no longer apply. How are you being affected by that? Personally, professionally? How have your goals and priorities changed? I encourage you again, give yourself permission to reflect on where you are. What's shifting all around you, even on the areas that make you uncomfortable? How are you able to empathize with others based on where they are? Don't get stuck running plays from the old playbook. Re-examine, redefine, reestablish new plays for the actual game that you're in. I hope that as you've listened, that these words have encouraged you to take a breath, take a break, slow down, listen to yourself and to those around you. Your experiences and interactions are speaking to you. How are you responding? Remember, developing self-awareness is a worthy and lifelong goal. Commit to it for the long haul.